Centurion support, definitely very, very solid. You have a lot of openers now. You have better follow-up via the new tuner. So if your first tuner, the Primera and Centurion, it's not Primera, but it's the I'm blanking on the name, but the one tuner we had before, which can also search. Now you have a second one with the archery. You can go double Cosmic Blazer Dragon, which is just insane. Just winning you the game on its own. Going second, it's okay, but definitely one of the good decks, and in my opinion, better than Goblin Biker. At least at the moment. We have a Memento, which I wouldn't build right now. It's not necessarily a trash deck. I guess it's a trash deck somehow. You can still play and manage this, obviously win games with this, but I would not go for this deck. Then we have Heroes, which is somewhere at the bottom of the mid category. Not the greatest deck, but can sometimes build a board that is enough to, yeah, stop the opponent. It's pretty easily stopped also, I think. Doesn't have the best gameplay going second, so I'm not a big fan. We have yugioh, which is one of the good decks for sure, also better than Goblin Bikers. I think at the moment we have the Fiends with stuff, a lot of the yugioh stuff is still available. You don't see the deck a lot, but it's definitely very strong. We have Sky Striker, which I think is a very solid mid deck, especially if you know how to play it. Going second is definitely better right now, since not a lot of people are on Tenpai anymore, which means you will have the ability to go second, because this is what you want to do. Obviously, in a meta where everyone is going second, it's super bad playing something like this, because then you will go first a lot. We have Branded, which is always a good deck. If you know how to pilot this, has a lot of potential, can play Bestials, which are great against Blue Eyes, which is one of the strongest decks right now, spoiler alert. So I think Branded is still super solid, and if you're a good pilot, I think this is even better than all of the other decks here. We have the Baphomet, the Chimera stuff, which we are playing together with Fiends with, and then a bit more Illusion support. This is definitely a good deck if you can get the entire combo through. It's super strong. It's also not that linear as it was before, when we only had the Chimera lines, basically. Definitely a very solid deck, and I think at the moment better than Goblin Biker is. We have Ancient Gear. Do I like this more than, for example, Sky Strikers? Honestly, I think so. Don't see a lot of people playing this, but they have some really unfair cards that they have the ability to use, and this is why I think this is more of a solid option than Sky Striker. You will have to play Sky Striker better than you need to play Ancient Gear. Trap Tricks, I would say, is trash at the moment. Would not get it. The Lightsworn deck, I wouldn't also get trash. Then we have Memento with the new support, which is definitely a good deck. It's better than Goblin Biker. I also think it's better than the Winged Baphomet stuff, but I can't really place it higher than this. It will definitely be helped by getting the full Fiends with support, because then we have a few more angles to start our plays. So definitely waiting for this. So Wave Samurai goes into the trash category, and Elements is another deck I would put at the top of the mid category. I was definitely helped by the introduction of the Fiends of Engine. Then again, Beatrice was banned, so that's not great for the deck, but it's still solid. We have a lot of Bestials in the format right now, which is not great for the deck, but you can still pick it up and perform quite well with this. Salamangreat is a solid mid option in my opinion. I would say it's better than Ritual Beast, especially because it is fire. You can once again play Rescue Ace, which is one of the better mid options, especially if you combine it with the Asamina stuff and the Snake Eye stuff. I guess I would put it over T11, since I think it is a bit more consistent. We have Kashtira, which as Kashtira Stun is definitely a good deck, and the best one at the mid category right now. Or would I put it in the... I guess I put it in the good category, honestly. And I would even put it over Goblin Bikers, I think, because you can play this stun variant, which will auto-win some games by the stun cards you are playing. Obviously, going second is not that great, but you could play something like Evenly Matched or other board breaker cards. And then again, something like Kashtira Unicorn, super strong, removing one-offs from the opponent's extra deck. We have Flaunderies. This is a trash deck, don't build it. We have Dragon Link. This is kind of nice right now, especially if you play this with Bestials, I think. This is because a lot of people are on Blue Eyes, and you can put a lot of Bestials in your Dragon Link deck. You can play something like Dragon Link Bestial Control, which I lost some games with Blue Eyes against, because they can remove so much from your graveyard. A good position in the meta right now because of the access to Bestials, and therefore a good mid deck. We have Unchained, combine this with the Fiends with Engine, and this is a solid mid option in my opinion. Can build a very strong board, is a bit susceptible to some stuff, will be good in the future in the Ryziel format. That is the next one to come most likely, because Ryziel destroys cards, and Unchained likes its cards to be destroyed. We have Dinosaur, which is tough to say. I would say it's more of a trash option, but not a bad one if you can resolve this Triceratops guy where then nothing can be reacted to anymore. Then it's obviously great. We have Exosister, which it's hard to call this a trash option. I guess if I would call Exosister a trash option, I would also need to call Heroes a trash option, but it's a very low power level deck. It's just power crap too much. We have Spright. You have now access to the frogs again, which I think makes it a solid mid-tier option. Once again, can combine this with different engines. Maybe the Life Twin stuff will also get support in the future. Life Twins, that is. Then we have Labyrinth, which is, in my opinion, definitely one of the good decks here. Yeah, we can keep it at this position, honestly. Can always basically adapt to any meta, which makes it very nice. Then we have Marineses, which is the trash deck. Don't play this. Then we have Primite. I'm talking pure Primite engine right here. Obviously, if we combine this with something else, then it can be better. So if we are talking pure Primite at the moment, pure, it would be trash, since there are just cards missing, and even then, I guess there will never be an option to play a pure Primite deck. But if, for example, obviously we have a Blue Eyes category here, Blue Eyes is coming as a deck in a moment, but let's say we are playing some Primite, Bestial, Fiendsmith, maybe without Bestials, maybe with Bestials, control variant, and then I think this is at the bottom of the good decks category, but not Primate on its own, but some sort of control variant with Fiendsmith and or Bestials. Then we have the Rika deck, definitely was helped by Primate via the Primate War. This can summon the Loki. Still a good mid-range deck if you can establish the combo board, then it's basically unbreakable. But I would definitely put it behind some of these shorter combo decks, since you need to get the entire combo through. It's a long combo, it takes time, there are a lot of interruption points, so therefore I will put it here. Fire King, Snake Eyes, or Fire King Pure. We are more talking Fire King, Snake Eyes. I think this is a very good deck. Super underrepresented at the moment. Also has a lot of fire monsters in it, which are resilient against Bestials. Honestly, I think this is even a better deck than Jubel is. Is this a better deck than Centurion? I would think so, honestly. Maybe a tough call. You don't see it right now, but this is not because it is weak. It is very, very good. Then we have Vanquish Soul. This is a solid mid option. We have Mathmech, one of the better mid options in my opinion, but definitely gets hurt by Bestials. Then we have this Raid Raptor Falcon deck. It's Raid Raptor, right? Which once again has a boss monster that is uninteractable with, and at the moment we don't play cards in the metagame to clear these boss monsters. Therefore, it's also solid. Like Pearly is solid, but a bit worse than Pearly in my opinion. We have Tenpai Dragon, which is, in my opinion, one of the best decks. Still, you should play the Gold Sarcophagus and the Blaster Dragon Wood of Inferno line to make it more consistent. Then you should play the Dominus Impulse if you can. If you have them, you can obviously, but you need to have the cards. So still one of the best options is Tenpai Dragon. Then we have the Red Dragon Archfiend stuff. Honestly, this is a trash deck. A lot of very tough interaction points where this deck can be stopped, and the end board isn't that impressive. Snake Eyes obviously is one of the best decks. If you wanted to play pure successfully, I would say this is better than Tenpai, but obviously with Tenpai you might be able to climb faster since the games are just faster. Swordsoul is not a trash option, but very low power at the bottom of mid in my opinion. We have Voice's Voice, doesn't get hurt by Fuvolos, doesn't get hurt by Maxi, and is therefore in my opinion a good deck option, but at the bottom. We have Dark World, this is trash, wouldn't play it. We have Exodia, which is still, if you go first and then second, maybe have some floodgates, second some board breakers. I think this is one of the good decks, but at the bottom here, would I put it over Voiceless Voice? Yes, I would, and not over this control pile here because this is quite nice, but yeah, this is where I would put it. Then we have this Jandora Millennium, whatever anime archetype, it's trash. Then we have Blue Eyes, which is one of the best decks. In my opinion, it is the best deck. We are talking Blue Eyes Primate, obviously, not pure Blue Eyes. Pure Blue Eyes would be at the bottom of good decks, but with the Primate engine, it is super solid. A lot of different pushes, a lot of hand traps. It's pretty easy to slow down the opponent and then win the grind game with the totally crazy Primate, Drill Beam, and all of the other Blue Eyes support cards. I think this is the best deck at the moment. It's not super far to the next best deck, the Snake Eyes, but it's the best one in my opinion. Then we have the new Shark deck. This is a solid mid option, can establish a nice board, has this barrier statue lock, so I would put it somewhere here in the mid category. Not the best, not the worst. We have Drytron at the bottom of the mid category, wouldn't go for it necessarily. Then we have, I'm always blanking on the name, the Dark Souls archetype, Inferno, no, it's Ascent, definitely a trash archetype. I wouldn't go for this. Then we have White Forest, White Woods. This is one of the good decks. I would place this, one of the better good decks, honestly. I would place this somewhere here, Jubel, between, this is White Forest Azamina, of course. I would place it somewhere here. Then we have like the XYZ based Tachyon decks, which is, yeah, they have a good Omni Negate trap card. I would put this somewhere here at the bottom of the mid category. And then we have Melodious, which is definitely not that bad. I would place it over some of the other decks. The boss monster, where you can bounce cards up to the number of Melodious monsters and also banish them, is very nice. And in my opinion, this is what the meta currently looks like. These are definitely the best decks. And then these are the good decks also in order. For the trash category, I have not really ordered them. Obviously, this is not the best trash deck. The best trash deck would probably be maybe Menadium, and then something like the Dinos or something like this. But I wouldn't go for any of these decks. But now I'm super interested in your opinion. What do you think of my tier list here? Maybe you think I have overrated Blue Eyes or underrated something else. Let me know in the comments. Also, what is your favorite deck to play at the moment? And are you enjoying the meta? Let me know in the comments. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting a thumbs up and the notification bell. And we will see each other in the next one.